Hey folks, how you doing? Suzy Meadows here. It is Monday, April 4th at 5 p.m., my normal Facebook Live time. I wanted to show some daffodils that I picked. I know some of you are further south and you have a lot more flowers blooming, but daffodils are the only thing I have blooming. We'll have to see if I end up having any tulips. The rabbits love my tulips, but they won't eat my daffodils, so I have plenty of those getting blooming. So, hey folks, thank you for joining me. This is Suzy Meadows here in Central Indiana. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and this is my normal time for Facebook Live. As you join me, if you wouldn't mind leaving a comment, let me know you're joining me and where you're from. If you're here from Central Indiana or if you're from elsewhere. You will know you are watching the live if you, up in that upper corner there, you see a red box that says live. Otherwise, you're watching the replay. So, like I said, I just wanted to show these pretty daffodils. And isn't this this pottery mug gorgeous? My friend Becky gave that to me. I just love that. It is gorgeous. So, but hey, I'm going to, oh cool, I see I've got some folks joining me, which is lovely. I'm going to scroll down on my iPad and make sure, yep, it looks like we are going. Well, gang, today it's going to, I'm going to do some crafting with some critters, some chocolate critters. And I had a vendor event last Saturday, and my real true focus, of course, was cards, craft, classes, and kits. But I did have a few just little goodies to show folks what you could do with Stampin' Up! Stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and turn you down, and from there I will show you what we are going to work on. So, you know, there's always going to be a transition when I turn you down. I get really close to the camera. You see more than what you really want to see, and I tend to be a little noisy. And I'm gonna move this just a little bit because I am still figuring out my setup here. So I'm going to come up. There we go. Because it tends to go down on me a little bit. So, yep. See, it's sinking just a little bit. And that's okay. Hey, you can see some of my stuff. But this is the chocolate critter I am going to work with. I don't know if you've seen these. I actually saw them in Kroger, Lind, L-I-N-D-T chocolates. But I last looked on Amazon, and I found these Madeline, however you say it. But they have bumblebees, and then they also, this is a finished product, they also have ladybugs. And those of you with Stampin' Up, you know we have this ladybug punch, because in fact, I've showed you in the past how I've used this punch and this stamp set to make things. This is one of the things I had made earlier for a class. Just got a couple pieces of Ghirardelli and just some little goodies here. And here's some of the others I've made. A ladybug and with some oh, see that bumblebee doesn't have the wings. But I've just made some different things. But I want to show you how I made these. Just real quick and easy. As I get... Hey, Kimberly, good to see you. So this is actually the only one I had left. I sold all the others. So, but as I get ready to do a little bit of crafting, especially when I'm doing it for a vendor event, I go look at my stash. And I went and found some of my die cuts. I love this particular die cut set, which is the Stitch So Sweetly that's getting ready to go bye-bye. I love this, and sometimes when I have scrap paper, I go ahead and die cut some dies getting ready for classes. So I'm going to scoot this stuff over just a little bit here, and I'm going to bring the Boss over. This is the big Boss. This is our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I have already got a piece of cinnamon cider, which also is going bye-bye. And this is just painter's tape. Sometimes I need to know I need to keep the die exactly where it's going to be. In this case, I don't need to. But, so I'm just going to run this through, and This is a manual. If you've not seen me before, this is a manual die cut machine. I figure, you know, I have learned technology with Facebook, with a bunch of other things. And so I didn't want to, because there's other types of die cut machines, but I didn't want to have to use technology. I like the manual. So I'm going to actually run this through an embossing folder when I find it. It's sitting around here. I put my iPad on it. Imagine that. I'm going to use the Hive Embossing folder. Very appropriate. Bumblebees. I know hives, you're thinking more so of honeybees, but that's okay. So I'm just going to put this in there, and I'm going to run this through. It's a 3D, and I like this, you know, because our instructions are right here. It tells me what to use. I'm going to be embossing 3D, so it says plate 1 and 4. So I'm going to run that through. Now, if you don't have all these tools, you could make this with some square cardstock. You do not have to go as elaborate as I am. I'm doing it because I have the goodies and I like to play with them. So now I got this particular idea with the Ladybug. Erica is a demonstrator in Texas, and she was showing how to do the wings for the Ladybug. She used different shapes and different things, but it gave me the idea. Now, oh, I want to bring this close so you can see the hive. You see how cool that looks? Now, I wanted to look at something different. I tried one earlier, and I embossed with clear embossing folder. And you see how that's shiny? And so I want to do that. And so the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to get my VersaMark. And I am just going to, now I can go, there's the, let me see, embossed or debossed. It's sticking up or it's going down. I want it going down. I am just going to, and I don't think I want it everywhere. I think I'm going to have this shiny in some places rather than everywhere. So, and we're going to use our clear embossing powder. And see, I've got a spot right there I want to go with. A little bit here and a little bit there. Okay. And knock off the extra. Okay. And this is just a piece of paper. I'm just going to get this piece of paper and I'm just going to put it right back in there. Close it up. Now it's going to get noisy because I am going to turn my heat gun on. I've not tried doing that here with the camera, so I don't know. It may be really noisy. So I always like starting at the bottom. So in case there's loose powder, it sort of brings it down. It keeps it on there instead of floating off. So I'm going to bring this up just a little bit. And here we go. And my fingers away from it. You see how it's, see, I love embossing. See how it's turning it? It's like it's magic. And it's, all it's doing, it's melting that embossing powder. Okay, gotta turn it just a little bit here so I don't get my fingers burnt. Because this heat gun is warm. Okay, and the way to know it's all done is it's all shiny. Yep. We are done with that. Get that back out of the way here. Now, see what this looks like? There, it's shiny, and here's the other side that's not. But I thought I'd do that. I wanted to see what it would look like. So, hey, Bonnie, glad you're joining. Just did a little bit of heat embossing with VersaMark. Okay, now, if you look at this bumblebee, there's wings on it, but I'm going to make them 3D. I'm going to give them some elevation. So I have used the Vellum Layering Designs, and I've got two different designs. I have, this is written in real pretty font, or this is actually, it looks like roads. And I've used them before, both of them, but I think I'm going to get my punch. And I think I'm going to go, oh, see, I need to go at the right angle, don't I? I'm going to go right, there we go. We have some wings. And I think, for me, the best way of putting the wings on is just to use some multi-purpose glue. And so I've got my liquid glue here. And now through vellum, you can see things. But this is, I've got enough of it and it's consistent that you are not going to see it when it's dry. So I'm going to bring it over here and I'm going to hold it just a moment or two while it gets tacky. There we go. I can tell it's getting tacky already. There we go. Just a little more, and I see my camera has moved, it has swooped down a little bit. Imagine that. So we're going to bring it up a little bit more. Oh, there we go. Cool. Okay. So here we have our bumblebee with some wings. Woohoo! Look at that. Okay, get this off the way. Now, the way I put it on there is, well, first of all, I want a sentiment. Here I used hello for my ladybug, and I think I will. I just have some scrap, just a scrap piece of white paper, and I'm going to use the hello from the ladybug, and I'm going to ink that up and just put that on there. Okay, so of course the paper's bigger than what I need, so I'll do just a little bit of trimming, and I'm gonna trim like that. And I think I want this to be at an angle also, and I'm just gonna come in here and make it a little bit smaller. There we go. And of course it's not straight. I can't always do a straight line, but that's okay. I'm not gonna worry about it. Because I think I'm going to have my hello there, and I'm going to put my bumblebee right there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and elevate that by putting a couple dimensionals down. And I'm just going to put it right here on my label. And we're going to put it right here. And there we go. How is that? That was quick and sweet, wasn't it? But this is just, oops, I never need to put that down. And this is just a little favor. It's something you could put in an Easter basket. And it's just using some of the supplies that you have. You know, I think I'm going to put it right there. Now, we could put some ribbon, and I think I will. I pulled out 3 different ribbons that I might want to use. I have this gingham check. I have this smaller black and white, and I have some sparkly. And you know, I'm not sure which I want, so I'm going to use this one first. I'm going to use the, I don't know what you call it. Pardon me, still got the sniffles here. We're going to do it again. And I'll pay attention this time, because I wasn't paying attention before. There we go. Some braided trim. There we go. We can go like that. Or let's go ahead and do a bow in that. And you know, sometimes for me, I just have to do it both ways to see which I like. I don't know for sure. So, see which one I like. Now, I've got some stuff coming up here soon. Oh, you know, is that overwhelming? I think it needs to be, I don't know. I think it needs to be the little guy, because I think the big guy will take over. I think that would take over. For me, it's too big. So we're going to keep it subdued. I'm just going to use a little bit of, you could always use some glue, but I happen to have a little mini glue dot. And I'm going to squeeze it, and we could go up here. I think I want it right there. There we go. How is that? So that is just a really quick and easy little treat that you can make. Now, I wanted to let you know some of the other things I looked at. We have some doilies, and I thought about putting it on a doily. Oh, you still could, couldn't you? Oh, wouldn't that look pretty? You could go like that. But there's different things you can do. But I just wanted to show you how you can use your crafting supplies just to make something that's just a little treat. And that's what this is. So, gang, I have a class that's coming up Thursday, and I've got just a few spots left open for it if you are interested. And it is using this paper pumpkin. And I actually have the extra kits, but we're going to put together It's Thursday, and it's at 2 o'clock or at 5:30. And in the kit, we actually will put together, if you want, there's 9 cards with 3 different designs. And everything to make those 9 cards are in this kit. But I'm going to give you some goodies so you can make some alternative designs if you want. And here's just a few of them that I've been playing with, using some different ones. See, there was an extra stamp set this time. And because this was an anniversary kit. But here's just some alternatives I made. And here is I think I opened a fun fold. So that was one. This is one I made on Facebook Live a couple weeks ago. And here's one that I just used some of the paper, the envelope that was included. So, and guys, it's free to my Paper Pumpkin subscribers. And you should have already got a notice. And in fact, you should have got the goodies to make this card in the mail. But I do have 3 extra spots if anybody is interested. But you need to let me know by Tuesday if you're interested in it. And since you don't have the kit, that's why it would be $25. So, and let me see, just a couple other things I wanted to mention. If you've got any questions, this is how you can reach me. And craftingwithsuzy.stampinup.net. And this is this month's host code. I like to send folks that use my host code a goodie as a thank you for joining me and for placing an order and things like that. So, but the class that's coming on later on in the month is the garden papercraft class. And it is on the 21st of April at 2 o'clock or at 5:30. I like having 2 different sessions. And we're going to be using the Flowering Rain Boots stamp set. And, well, it's a bundle. And we're also going to use the Home and Garden. And some of the projects that I've made earlier, just to show you what can happen, I made this on last week's Facebook Live. And then these are some, it's a flower seed, and you can put it in the mail. So it's a card with flower seeds. And then here's just some of the others that I've made using the garden-themed events. So, okay, gang, I think that's pretty much it. I was going to keep this really short and sweet this time. But I also wanted to mention, if you are interested in any of these last chance items, this came out a week or so ago. You can see all the red. These things are already sold out. The stamp sets are going fast. It's nice because there's discounts of 20 to 50%, but a lot of the stamp sets are gone. However, some of the punches and dies are still available. So go check out, and you can check this all out right here. And if you got any questions, holler. But it was, thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate it. And get a hold of me if you got any questions. I'd love to have you at the classes too. So these are the these are the classes that are happening. So you take care, and I will catch up with you later. Oh, I'll be here next Monday as normal. Thanks, gang. Bye-bye.